the life to come?
Mine was always that. Got him that time!
I'm listening!
Scoundrel! Why did you engender me?
I didn't know!
What didn't you know?
That it'd be you! You'll give me a sugar plum!
After the audition?
You swear?
Yes!
On what?
My honor.
2, 1, no 1 for me and 1!
Silence! Where was I? It's finished. We're finished. Nearly finished. There'll be no more speech. Something dripping in my head ever since the fontanelles. Splash, splash, always on the same spot. Perhaps it's a little vein, a little artery. Enough of that, it's story time. Where was I? The man came crawling towards me on his belly, pale, wonderfully pale and thin. He seemed on the point of... No, I've done that bit. I calmly filled my pipe, the meerschaum, lit it with, let us say, a Vesta, drew a few puffs. Well, what is it you want? It was an extraordinarily bitter day, I remember. 0 by the thermometer. But considering it was Christmas Eve, there was nothing extraordinary about that. Seasonable weather for once in a way. Well, what ill wind blows you my way? He raised his face to me, black with mingled dirt and tears. And she looked. No, don't look at me! Don't look at me! He dropped his eyes and mumbled something. Apologies, I presume. I'm a busy man, you know. The final touches before the festivities, you know what it is. Come on now, what is the object of this invasion? It was a glorious bright day, I remember. 50 by the heliometer. But already the sun was sinking down into the... down among the dead. Nicely put that. Come on now, come on, present your petition and let me resume my labors! Oh, there's English for you. Oh, well. It was then he took the plunge. It's my little one, he said. A little one, that's bad. My little boy, he said, as if the sex mattered. Where did he come from? He named the whole, a good half day on horse. What are you insinuating? That the place is still inhabited? No, not a soul except himself and the child, assuming he existed. Good. I inquired about the situation at Cobb beyond the Gulf. Not a sinner. Good. And you expect me to believe that you have left your little one back there all alone and alive into the bargain? Come now! It was a howling day, I remember. 100 by the anemometer. The wind was tearing up the dead pines and sweeping them away. A feeble bit, that. Come on, man, speak up. What is it you want from me? I have to put up my holly. Well, to make it short, it finally transpired that what he wanted from me was bread for his brat. Bread? But I have no bread. It doesn't agree with me. Good. Then perhaps Corn, yes, I have corn, it's true, in my granaries. But use your head. I give you some corn. A pound and a half. You bring it back to your child and you make him, if he's still alive, a nice pot of porridge. A nice pot and a half of porridge. Full of nourishment, good. The colors come back into his little cheeks. Perhaps. And then I lost patience. Use your head, can't you? Use your head. You're on Earth. There's no cure for that. It was an exceedingly dry day, I remember. 0 by the hygrometer. Ideal weather for my Lumbago. But what in God's name do you imagine? That the earth will awake in the spring? That the rivers and seas will run with fish again? That there's manna in heaven still for imbeciles like you? Gradually I cooled down. Sufficiently at least to ask him how long he had taken on the way. 3 whole days. Good. In what condition he had left the child? Deep in sleep. But deep in what sleep? Deep in what sleep already? Well, to make it short, I finally offered to take him into my service. He had touched a chord. And then I imagined already that I wasn't much longer for this world. Well, here, if you're careful, you might die a nice natural death in peace and comfort. Well, in the end, he asked me would I consent to take in the child as well, if he was still alive. It was the moment I was waiting for. Would I consent to take in the child? I can see him still, down on his knees, his hands flat on the ground, glaring at me with his mad eyes, in defiance of my wishes. I'll soon have finished with this story. Unless I bring in other characters. But where would I find them? Where would I look for them? Well,
what a hope. And you?
Sweet Daml. And you?